Keelan has just flashed us with his old camera.
I turned off the flash. It just went on automatic.
You know what? I'll report myself to the crumb corner.
Yeah, you need to go to the...
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to confess? Because that's been like, I've been meaning to bring that up. I've told Keelan for ages, I'm like, I have a confession for the show that I need to bring up, and it's been putting it off for months. We're usually never talking about footy. So.
I've got a confession. Today, I got the best haircut of my life, and it's so good that I'm wearing a hat because I don't think you or the listener is ready to see it.
I was going to say, you've been wearing a hat pretty much all day.
All day.
Although you did go swimming, so has it stuffed up the haircut?
No, it's that good.
Wow.
It can't be stuffed up.
You heavily rely on product.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's one of your things.
It is my thing, but I've tried something a little bit new. I went to a barber on Greely's recommendation.
Keelan's got a haircut. Looks good.
Keelan has the best haircut he's ever had also, I think.
Also went to a pub for food on Greely's recommendation.
Yeah.
And the pub was full of us, high-vis workers and fishermen.
Yeah.
And the meals were $14.
Yeah, that's how he sold it to us.
He was like, oh, it's really cheap. And I was like, that's good. And I was really happy with the price.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't that bad.
Again, Luke was unhappy because there were poor people in there.
Yeah,
and
I know.
he looked at someone in a high-vis and he went, oh, you're a tradesman, are you?
Yeah. He was also like a 2. So.
Oh, even worse. Yeah. I'm surprised he stayed. I got the best haircut of my life, man. He recommended some Middle Eastern guys. He goes, man, you got to go to the Middle Easterns in Tassie. White blokes here, they don't know how to cut hair. And I was like, all right, I'll trust you. That man made love to my head.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got the deluxe service, right? Keelan got the regular haircut. He was done in about 25 minutes.
Yep. 25.
And then he sat down on the bench with Greely.
Sorry, I started 15 minutes after Lewis.
Yeah. And he finished in about 25 minutes or so.
It shows.
It does. Sat down on the bench with Greely, who wasn't getting a haircut.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It actually
haircut
does.
You've gotten.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually seen his and it looks good. So you think yours is better than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keelan's more, my haircut makes Keelan's look like student cuts. You know,
Wow.
the intern did it for free and she's blind. Right? And got one arm.
Yep.
That's a good impression of her.
Sorry for just audio listeners, and video people, because Keelan was out of shot. Keelan just did an impression of a blind hairdresser with one arm.
He goes, I've got one arm.
You know, blind people don't cover their eyes. I've never seen a guy with a guide dog being like, oh, fuck, can you like press the traffic light, mate?
Tom, you're not blind. Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
I can't see anything. Move your hand. Oh, fuck. Right? So anyway, Keelan gets done in about 25 minutes and then he sits on the bench with Greely, who was just there to chat at anyone who would listen, right? In the barbershop, which we'll get into, right?
I can see he wasn't there for a haircut.
No. He was there to talk to the barber guy and anyone who came in and Keelan and me while I'm getting my haircut.
I think that's what Greely does.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When we're walking down the street, we walk down the street, I'm not joking, for 100 meters.
Yep.
And a guy walking past is like, brother.
Yeah.
He's just like a guy here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He walks around the streets and he like knows all like the local.
He went out for a smoke during my haircut for like 7 minutes. 3 cars stopped to have a chat. In the middle of the road.
Is he the mayor?
He is. He might as well be. Everyone knows him.
That's so
and like not like he has a lot of fans, but everyone knows him.
Yeah.
Like personally, right? So Keelan gets done 25 minutes. He sat there and watched my hair get done for 40 more minutes. This man made love to my head.
For an hour,
bro. He exfoliated me.
Your scalp.
My face.
Oh, you get a facial too? Did you pay for that?
No, he didn't come.
No.
But he exfoliated me. He did exfoliator and then he moisturized me and then he got this steam machine out that I've never seen in my life and just blasted steam at my face for about 7 minutes. Gave me a hot towel, did the straight blaze razor thing, did a bunch of other things I've never had done to me before in my life. I fell in love with him.
Wow.
The Blades barber.
You're never going to go back.
I don't know.
Was it the best haircut you've ever had?
Mate, it's so good that you're not ready for it.
What about if your barber back at home hears this?
No.
Because you are loyal.
It's a fling.
Oh, it sounds like a bit more than a fling. It sounds like love.
Okay,
It
look.
sounds like love at first cut.
No, it's a fling, all right?
This
And
is
who
love at
doesn't
first
Who
exfoliation.
doesn't have fantasies of going over to the dark side, the darker gentleman?
Oh, because that word.
Because my other barber's very a white guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
These guys
I've
are
been
Middle
to him.
Eastern.
He was the one who gave me my Osh cut.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Paragon hair in
Yeah.
Melbourne,
Well,
right?
all right. Well, he didn't pay for that, so
Well, it's not a shout out. I was just telling you what it was, reminding you.
unnecessarily.
He's closed anyway.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's not going to help him in any.
But actually book them in. Hairdressers need it right now.
Buy a t-shirt from him.
Yeah. This is a band I likes t-shirt because their whole tour got cancelled.
Yeah.
Stuck out from Melbourne.
That actually is some really nice thing.
Local
you can
pop
do.
punk.
Like if someone's business is fucked, just buy something
Dude.
from their website.
I don't know. I think the bassist listens to the show.
Right.
And I think I've never brought it up with him.
Oh.
He comes to shows.
Yeah.
And I know him from the band. I'm like, I'm a fan of your band. And he's a fan of this. And you see, you engage with like the rap community.
Yeah.
I think I want to be a guy in like the pop punk scene.
Yeah.
But
It's possible, man.
I don't know. I
You need to wear more black.
yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, this is
Paint your nails.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think you've listened to much music lately.
That's what it is. Everyone's painting their fucking nails now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Rappers are doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's up with this new wave? Like, there's like a new LA wave of like 2000s is back. Like, Avril Lavigne's back
Yeah.
and pumping. Like, she's dating that Mod Sun dude, Machine Gun Kelly. It's like,
Yeah.
anyway, what
Yeah.
were we talking about? The haircut.
The haircut, right? Best haircut I've ever had. He exfoliated me. He cleaned my ears.
That's too far.
That was a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I'm open to new experiences.
Did
It
you
was
get-
exciting. It
did
was
you get-
exotic.
Did he get in your nose?
No,
No?
I wouldn't let him do that.
He trimmed
No.
a lot of your beard as well.
He trimmed a lot of my beard. He trimmed a little bit too much of my beard. I will say that.
Oh, true. You got the full. Oh, that's why you got the face done. Oh yeah, your
did
face
everything.
was out of control.
Out of control. I looked Tasmanian as fuck. I looked like I just walked off that mountain. And I've been lost for months.
This actually, like, oh man, I know it's like such a cheap joke, but it's the
Yeah.
best way of saying it. You literally look like a prisoner of war. Like, I know I've made that joke before because you're skinny,
Yeah.
but you were like,
Yeah.
you look like unclean.
I was in a bad way
Yeah,
in Melbourne. I wasn't doing well. Do you remember this a couple episodes ago? It was when you were not there. Oh, this must have been when you were at the fucking football. I think.
No. This was in May.
Right, okay. The most recent Keelan and Lewis episode. Keelan said,
I was
reckon
actually busy for that.
I reckon you're one thing away from snapping. And he was 100% right because a couple weeks later, I signed a lease in Tasmania.
Yeah,
I was right because
I could tell.
He came that day and he hadn't done his hair. He
Yeah.
was on edge all day. I
Yeah.
just knew.
Yeah.
But everyone, like all my mates, whenever I tell, like I'm asking them, like I try and call them a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Because I never know what to say though. And it's like when you were there in Melbourne, I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then and I can't wrap up the call. Like, dude, one time I was just like out at a restaurant
Yeah.
and you called me and I was like went outside so you couldn't hear like conversation and clinking and like people living their life because I was like, oh, that's just going to rub it in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was super self-conscious about it and I was
Yeah.
like trying to pretend like I wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, like you're not missing much. Like it's just like
Liar.
27 and sunny and I'm in Mackay and it's like, there's like no restrictions
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
Now I'm going to have to start doing that in Tassie.
Oh, trust me. Nah, this
It's 2 p.m. The sun's behind the mountain. It's getting cold.
it feels like Melbourne.
Yeah. Right.
It feels like Melbourne with no mask.
So I get the best haircut ever, which I may reveal at some point when I deem that you're ready for it, right? Brace yourselves, okay? Anyway, Greely's in the shop, right? So we're there for like, I think my thing took like over an hour.
Yeah,
maybe.
it did.
Yours took over an hour.
Because I messaged
Yeah.
Keelan, like I tried to call you guys, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, let me know when you're done. And then Keelan's like, we're just getting a haircut. Then an hour later, I was like, hey, you done?
I was surprised
And
because
Keelan's like, soon. Like,
yeah, Keelan was sitting there. Keelan finished up, and I'm like, oh, I'll be done soon. And then 40 minutes later, I was finished. I think you know why? I did a little sneaky. I booked it, and then I messaged their page on Instagram so they could see how many followers I had. I reckon I got the extra special treatment,
oh, because they hope you post about it.
and I will.
Okay.
And it's worked. Look at me now.
Yeah.
The Blades Barber, right? So anyway, Greely's there, right?
Yeah.
Now, if anyone's known Greely ever, if you can listen to the podcast with Greely, he has some stories.
Loves a chat.
And he will tell all
they're
of his
good stories.
They're great stories, but he has some fucked stories, and he will tell them regardless of who's there and who else is around, no matter who's listening.
Yeah.
So
he is socially illiterate because he doesn't fucking read the room, like at all. He just he does. Oh, I think he does, and then he has this override switch where he's like, "Oh, who cares?"
Look, he was talking to me and Keelan, and me and Keelan were enthralled. We were loving the stories.
Yeah, but there is a time and a place.
There were 4 other people in the barbershop who were terrified of the stories.
He tells stories that you tell at 2 a.m. over like a fire pit in the backyard, in the middle of the bush.
Yeah, and a lot of the stories like, yeah, look, we shouldn't have done this. Right. That's what it would be. Right. So he's telling stories about like bikie clubhouses and like hectic crime. Not that he's been involved with, just that stories that he's heard. Yeah. He's a guy that knows a lot of people who are very deep in a lot of different worlds, and he'll just tell stories about them. And there was this one like guy in high vis, like a 50-something-year-old dude that I could see in the mirror, but Greely could not see. And the guy was just, his eyes were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time Greely told a new part of the story, he was going, should I get the fuck out of this barbershop? Who is this dangerous criminal? Is this place gonna get like ran through by 6 massive criminals? What's happening?
That's so funny.
It was really great.
Even some of the stuff we were talking about at the pub was like making the guys behind us just turn around. Like him and Meg are just like chatting about like some hectic shit, Meg, that happened here. Like, we were talking about the Tasmania's dark history and like a lot of bad things that have happened, like murders and stuff. And just the way like he was just so loudly and candidly chatting about it was making like grown 60-year-old men feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and he's saying stuff, like he's going, so like, places like this, Hobart, there's a lot of money here and they pretend that these crimes don't happen. But over here in this suburb, it just says the most fucked thing I've ever heard. And then it goes, and over there in that suburb, this happened to this person, my good mate, by the way.
Yeah.
And all these people are going, who the fuck is this dude?
Your mate, literally.
My mate, yeah.
And that's so funny that he came in and just watched you get a haircut.
Yeah, he was just there for a hang and a chat.
Here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's just excited. He's just really excited to welcome me to Tasmania.
He was so pumped. We found out the other day that our Airbnb's like 750 metres away. He's like, oh, mate, can I go coffee tomorrow morning? I was like, oh, we're going to do Luke and Lewis, but fuck, I'd love to. But yeah, you know what? Very
Sucked in,
welcome.
Really. Luke was at the footy.
Yeah, I know. I was fucking packed. The D's were on. But anyway, yeah.